We are live.
Hi, we're live.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody. Good
Hello, hello.
morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. We welcome you to our live. We're so glad and so happy that you're able to join us. And those of you who are going to watch us after the replay, also, we're so glad that you're going to watch. So, welcome. And my name is Lydia, for those who don't know me, and I'm very proud digital business owner. And today we are here because we have a very, very, very important topic that we want to discuss. And this topic is going to touch mostly the immigrant professional because all of us here, we are immigrants and we know how it feels to be an immigrant and what we go through. So the topic for tonight is the biggest financial mistakes that immigrant professional make. So if you're watching us, just grab a cup of coffee, sit down, relax, and ride this with us. So before we start, as you can see on the screen, I have very beautiful and wonderful faces. These are my business partners, and I want to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves real quick before we start. So I'll start with you, Rachel.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for watching us live. So, my name is Rachel. I'm based in Canada. I'm a
Thank,
digital business owner, proud digital business owner. Thank you.
thank you, Rachel. I'll go to you, Michelle.
Hi everyone, my name is Michelle and I'm currently in California, USA, and I'm also a proud digital business owner.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Michelle. Over to you, Bernadine.
Hi, everyone. I'm Bernardine. My fans know me as Bernardine the Connector, and I am a very proud digital business owner as well, and a mom. Thank you.
Thank you, the connector. Over to you, Mother.
Hello, everybody. My name is Martha. I'm the face of Martha Digital, and I'm a mom, and I am an immigrant, and also a proud digital business owner. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Oh, thank you so much, ladies. As you guys you heard, we are immigrants. So this topic is going to be hot and it's going to be very educative. So relax and walk with us. So this topic, personally, I take it so serious because it's gonna teach us really a lot as a migrant. Because there are mistakes that we make and we end up suffering for it. So, to start us off, I'm going to call Mother. She's going to explain to us why delaying financial education, not planning for the future. So, Mother, please can you explain to our viewers about that?
All right. Thank you so much. That topic in particular, this topic we're talking about tonight is very important. And for me, it spoke to me a lot. And for me, the point that I want to make actually resonates with me because it happened. I've been in this country for some times. And honestly speaking, financial education is something I never pay attention to. I just believe that just working hard and to survive, and just that's the best way to do it. And I never thought about actually educating myself about financial education. And so when I see this topic, it really resonates with me because I remember I used to do Uber. I used to do Uber in my free time, and one day I was with this young man as my customer. He started talking about financial education. That's what he does, and for me, I was very impressed because looking at my age, and this young man is telling me things that have really blow up my mind. I didn't know. That was something I'm like, oh, I need to look into this. And you start talking about how you can educate yourself, how you can save for your future, how you can make sure you have a good retirement. And that was like something I'm like, oh my goodness, how did you know all this? And I'm aware older. This can be even my son. He was like less than 20. He was talking very professional manner, a very somebody knows something, very confident. He knows what he's talking about. And for me, I felt like really I missed an opportunity since I've been here. I just working hard and thinking like working harder, that's the only way so I can make it. But also I ignored financial education, because once you're well financial trained, you know how money works, you know how you can save for future, you know how you can manage some of these things that we do. We don't know, we just do so many things because we don't know any better. For me, I felt like that is something all immigrants, some from the beginning, we should be exposed to educate ourselves how money works, how you can educate yourself, how you can think about your future. So for me, it was a really a great opportunity, and I can just tell everybody here, not having enough education in the finance, it makes us to make some a big mistake in our lives. So to me, I felt like that is an opportunity that I missed from the beginning, and being in this business, I can relate that because we just came here trying to survive. We all think about surviving, working hard, working longer hours, working more jobs, that maybe that's the way to make it. And at the end of the day, it's exhaustion. We're exhausted. We are tired. So I feel like that is good point to start with. If I can do all over again, I should start with my financial education to educate myself about financing, how money works, how my money work for me. So those are the things that I miss. So I'm just urging you, this business, we have that, we see how this business can change you, can change your mindset, and start thinking about future instead of thinking just now. So that's what we're urging. If you're a mom, you're immigrant, your profession, this topic really, I know the lady on the stage here, a lot of people are going to talk about different angle, but this is what it really resonates with me. If I can start it over again, I'll start with financial education, because I feel like that's the foundation of every success. Once you understand that, once you know how to do how your financing work, I think you do better. You're not gonna be working yourself until you wear yourself out. So that's for me for tonight. Thank you, ladies. Take it over, Lydia.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mother. That was powerful. Because honestly, even me, we know how to make money, but we don't understand how money works. And that's the very key point. Because you cannot have something that you don't know how it operates. So most of us, not only immigrants, most people have money, but they don't understand how money works. And that's very important. Thank you so much, Mother, for that point. So next, I'm gonna go with Michelle, and Michelle is going to elaborate for us why believing a career alone is enough. So Michelle, take it over.
Thank you, Marta. Thank you, everybody, for listening to us here tonight. So, with that, growing up, we were taught that you have to study hard, you have to finish your college, and you get a better career so that you have a good opportunity for the salary, big salary. But it's a biggest mistake that I made, because I think it's career alone will give you all the things that you need to support your family. But anytime can happen, like you're being laid off from work. So it's not a financial security. You have to have your business at the side. That's why I was able to find this business, because I was one of the hardworking individual who was let go from work, and I don't know what to do next because I don't have an option. So, but I'm glad that it's not the end of the world of letting go from work, because there's still some opportunities coming in. Just believe in yourself. And the greatest mindset that I have changed in my life is when I started this business, the big shift happened to me in my mindset. So I was glad I was able to find another job, and I have a lot of another stream of income coming in, and that job that I have was replaced bigger than what I had before. So guys, don't start believing that career enough is alone. It's different that you have your own business that you can grow with you, and you have the option anytime. If something happens in the future, whatever circumstances you will facing, you still have that business on the side that can support you and your family. That's all. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Michelle. That's well explained. Because most of us we were raised up with parents who told us go to school, get a good grade, get a job, and you good to go. And that's it. Life is good. But they never taught us like go to school, get a job. A job is a stepping stone, and then create something for yourself. No, we know after school, you get a good job, life is done. But trust me, that's not the case.
Yeah.
And that's why most of us, we make that big mistake because it's the foundation that we were given by the people who raised us. But it's a high time we change that now. Okay, next I'm going to go over to Rachel, who is going to take us through the delaying business ownership because of fear. Okay, Rachel, take it over.
Thank you, Lydia, for the topic. Yes, as you know, I'm also an immigrant to Canada, right? About a decade ago, I came to Canada as an immigrant. So at that time, my only mindset was to work very hard, juggling two to three jobs, to work hard to secure, you know, the surviving of my family, right? So and I actually was never thinking about starting a business of my own because I had so much fear, because I had no experience, no marketing experience, no business ownership experience. And what if I fail? So those questions stopped me from really exploring any business field until a couple of years ago when I joined this digital business. So wow, that's a game changing opportunity because not only have I one extra income stream, but also I have a mindset of keeping learning, keeping growing myself. And you know what? The fear is gradually removed because of the proven system. So many successful stories in the business really have helped me overcome the fear. So if they can, so can I, right? And also the supportive community, and like us, whom you see here, is also one of the uh, strategies that can help me overcome my fear. So, guys, be brave and trust yourself and challenge yourself so that you can jump out of the comfort zone and you will unleash your potentials you had never realized before. So, this is my very own story. Hope it helps you a bit. Thank you. Back to you, Lydia.
Wow, thank you so much, Rachel. That was beautiful. One thing I've learned is that fear has two voices, but mostly all of us, we tend to listen to one voice, which is what if I fail?
Yeah.
But we never take time to listen to what if this works for me, right?
Yeah.
So, but all of us, we always consider what if I fail? We never go to like, what if this works for me? So from today, I'm giving you a challenge. And every time you fear something, can you try to start with, what if this works for me? And see the difference.
Yes.
All right. Next, I'm going to go to the connector herself, Bernadine. and she's going to talk about accumulating debt.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Lydia. Thanks everyone thanks Lydia for having us. I am super excited to be here because the topic that we are discussing is something that actually personally resonates to me as an immigrant mom and also an immigrant professional who lives in diaspora. I one biggest mistake, financial mistake that I have already seen people are making when they go to diaspora is trying to live a life in trying to finance a lifestyle that they cannot afford to impress people who are not paying their bills. That is one of the biggest mistakes that majority of immigrants do. And what happens is that they find themselves overstretched. They buy houses that they can't even afford. They go ahead and buy cars they can't even afford. They're working for the mortgage. They're working for the dealership people. At the end of the day, what happens to their finances? They zero out. Imagine if all that money that you're paying to somebody for 20 years, for 15 years, for all those long time, that you had invested those finances. If you had invested those money, that money could have grown. But most people, when they come to the diaspora, nobody sit them down to give them this education. That is why we are on air, to share this information, so that even if all of us here made the same mistake, so that people who are coming after us will not make the same mistake. It is extremely important. And if you are a parent listening to us, it is time for you to come, bring your own adult kids down, sit them down and provide this education for them. Because for financial education is a piece of curriculum that is lacking in curriculum, educational curriculum at almost all levels. Nobody teaches you how money works in high school. Nobody teaches you even in elementary school. Nobody teaches you in the college. It's something that you have to figure out. And guess what? Money is something everybody touches every day. It's something that we all use every day. It's so important that that education needs to be shared. It needs to be spread. You know, financing a life that is above your means is not the best. What it's going to make you to do is going to make you to work too hard, work all 2-3 jobs, and yet you're not even able to break even. Rather, those your checks on your salary should be able to finance your future. They should be able to create generational wealth for you. You should be able to invest them, so that you can put your money to work. The goal is not for you to work for somebody forever. That's not to work for somebody. That is another mistake that a lot of immigrants make, is getting a job like one of our partners discussed, and hoping that you're going to be in that job for the rest of your life. That shouldn't be the plan. The plan should be going in there, do that work, get that experience that you need, use that your paycheck or whatever, or your income or your salary to finance your business. That way you can get your financial independence, you can get your freedom, you can get your option, you can start building your family legacy. It is critically important. So I'm going to leave it at there. Thank you so much. If I don't want to take too much time, probably we're going to circle around if we still have time. But it's important that we pass this information along to grown kids and our loved ones as well. So please, if you're watching us or we are watching the recorded video, be sure to share it with your family member who will benefit from it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bernadine. That was well explained. Because all of us, we make, I'm guilty of that, let me say. Because sometimes you go into a new country and you wanna bring in that saying that when you go to the Rom, do as the Rom the Romans do, right? So you come in and you're trying to, big cars without thinking like, okay, is this car going to give me money back? So most people make that a mistake. And I'm so glad that today we have been able to tackle this point. It's really very important. Financial education is very important. If somebody had taught us about financial when I was 20 years, 19 years, right now I will be very, very far. So if you're watching us today and you have kids, please teach them financial. Let them understand financial education. If you do that, trust me, they're going to go far.
Yeah.
And that's why we're so thankful to this business, because it has opened our eyes and it has taught us that. So that's why we're here to share with you. So for me, I'm going to share a very, very, very should I call it emotional, personal, all that. This talks about me. So waiting until burnout or crisis to make financial change. This is me. I waited until burnout crisis. That's when I made the change. Working crazily, not hoping that the more I work is the more money I'm going to make. And this is one thing that I don't know. I always say it's a migrant disease that we got. Thinking that working more shifts is a way of making money or a way of becoming rich. But that's not the case. If you look at rich people, nobody has become rich because they work their 9-to-5 job. No, they had to create assets. And that's how they become rich. So don't be lied. Your job is just your stepping stone to create your own assets.
Absolutely.
So don't wait until it's too late. Something to happen to you, and then you will take that financial change. I'm a good example. I wish I never waited, but that's a lesson. That's a lesson that brought me here. And that's why I'm here today, to be a testimony to somebody else, not to repeat the same mistake. Because for you, if you repeat the same mistake right now, it's all up to you, because we have told you what happened. We have explained, So what you have to do is you have to put the action, right? So if you're watching us out there, this topic is really important to us and to you. The points we have shared, they're very, very, very important points that will help you to prosper in life, not only in your life, in the lives of your kids and your kids, if you can teach them. This is a legacy. And that's why we call this business a legacy business.
Yeah.
Because we learn and then we share.
Yeah.
So that even you can share to the generation or to come. So feel free, you guys, to just ask us any question. All of us, we in different social media, Facebook, TikTok. Feel free, you can see our names. Just DM us, ask us any question, send your feedback. We're here to answer any question you want, to show you, if you're really curious and you're interested, what kind of business are we talking about? Just DM us, just ask us. We're ready. Each one of us is very much ready to answer your question and to take you through. So I'm going to give my ladies a chance. If anybody of you asks anything, the final comment, you guys, you can go ahead and say something.
Well, actually, I wrote it down here. Something I want to just share at last is that your future does not change because you work harder. Your future will change because you learn better, you make a wiser decision, and you take that action to start. So invest in yourself by learning how money works and how money works will work for you. So financial education is very, very important. It's the foundation of every success. So if you're not well financial educated, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes in your life. So invest yourself in learning financial education. That's all I can say at last.
Very well said, Mother. Very well said. Bernadine, you have something?
Yeah, what I wanted to share really quick before we go was one example that one lady gave us yesterday. We had a business mastermind yesterday, and one of them, we have a very strong community that supports all our business partners. But this lady come on to share her own experience. She's a family doctor by profession. She's a family physician. She's also in this business with us. She has her own clinic. And she said that the reason why she jumped into this business, irrespective of the fact that she's a physician, she has her own clinic, is because she realized that just that her career wasn't enough. she realized that she needed to have a family legacy, something she can hand over to her children, that she cannot hand over her medical degree to her children. But this business is a legacy that she's building that she can hand over to her children and become a generational wealth. That is what I wanted to bring up. So if you are whatever career you are, you find yourself in, whether you're a physician, you're a nurse, you're an engineer, IT, stay at home, it doesn't matter. But think ahead, think for the future. It's not about now. About now, your salary can pay your rent and buy your meals and all that, but it's not going to be able to finance a legacy that you can hand over to your children. That's what all immigrants need to start working at, because that is a big gap that we have identified. That generational wealth, we need to start building it too. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Well said. Well said. Rachel, do you have anything?
Yeah, I just want to say, we need to maximize our potentials. You never know until you really challenge yourself to join this business, and then you learn a lot, and then your potentials are really unleashed. So believe me, that's my personal story, my own experience.
Wow, thank you so much, ladies, for this. It's so amazing. So, guys, it narrows down into one sentence: get financial education. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank
Bye.
you.